Gardner here for Municipal World. We're at the 2019 OMAA Spring Workshop in Niagara-on-the-Lake. Joining me in the Municipal World Media Center is Gerald Ford from Kinetic GPO. Welcome, Gerald.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in to chat with us. Tell us a little bit about Kinetic GPO.
So Kinetic GPO is a group purchasing organization. The easiest way to explain to people out there is that what we do is we use all the same policies and procedures that our members would use. We go out for bids, we award contracts, and our members actually can take advantage of the contracts that we've negotiated for them. There's no charge to join and there's no commit. So it's one of those great things that people can use and can need to make their life in purchasing so much easier from a municipal perspective.
Okay, well, that's very cool. So you know a little bit about public sector procurement then, I would say, huh?
Very much so.
Okay, what do you think is one of the biggest challenges in public sector procurement today?
So I spent a lot of time talking to people, and I'm very interested in where their pain points are. And what I hear over and over and over again is that there was a tendency of hiring a lot of people, and at this point they're getting somewhat older. A lot of them are considering retirement, and so now there is a big gap out there of individuals who are leaving, and actually there's not a lot of people coming back into the profession to be able to provide that level of experience that organizations can use. Also, because there's so many municipalities in Ontario, a lot of them are forced to use the skill sets of their CAO, their treasurer, their clerk, and so therefore it's a part-time job. And nowadays there's a lot more emphasis on doing it right, making sure you follow the legislation, and there are some organizations that are pretty close to getting themselves into trouble.
So, and you folks do work with municipalities across Canada.
Correct.
Legislation different as well across the country.
Yes, it is.
So it's a challenge to stay on top of all those things and have people doing that on a part-time basis.
Very much so. We've been very fortunate. When we started, we spent all our time making sure that we were up to speed on all the legislation across Canada. When anything new comes in, we've got people that provide us with guidance. We've got people in our organization that are from Nova Scotia, senior leadership in Ottawa, somebody actually from Oshawa, and then I've got, because of my knowledge of the profession and the individuals, I've got friends across Canada. So what's really handy is if I really, really want to know what's going on in a jurisdiction, I would just phone somebody up and say, can you provide me with some insights? And then they'll say, you know, Jerry, this is exactly what's happening here. And what we want to do as an association and an organization is to help, fix the pain points, look at the gaps, see where they're needed, be the voice of, if you've got a question, come to us. If we can't help you, we're going to find somebody that can give you some assistance. Very similar to what you guys do. You provide a need in the marketplace, and you're always looking for, hey, what do people need to know that they don't know right now?
Yeah, it's a knowledge network,
yep,
right?
Very much so.
Connecting the points
yep.
for people on the things that matter in their
very
works.
much so.
So around those challenges, the aging workforce,
yep.
Qualifications, what kind of solutions do you suggest to communities that might be struggling with those kinds of issues?
So there's two main things that I look at. So I've spent a career helping people in their careers. And the thing that I always look at, and I've been very successful, is I'll take somebody that is just about to graduate and I give them some chance to learn. And I think, unfortunately, most organizations want somebody that's already done it. And because they've already done it, it's harder to get them. If you get somebody that actually some brains, comes from a college or university that has a very good background, and if your interviewing techniques are sound, that's a very powerful thing to be able to give somebody a career chance. The other untapped market is actually new Canadians. There's a lot of individuals who are coming from other countries. And people say, well, you don't have Canadian experience. But you know what? If you've done contracts, if you've worked on construction, if you've done purchasing, there's some nuances, but it's not fundamentally different. So you really should be able to be in a position to help. So I work with the local Y. I work with Access Employment. I work with a number of mentees because I want to give them that opportunity. And I'm always saying to people, you know what? Look at municipal purchasing. Look at public sector purchasing because it's a great career. It's a great opportunity. It's a good challenge, a great place to be.
It is. Great opportunities to make a difference in the community where you live. Yeah.
Big time.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming in and chatting with us.
Well,
really
thank you.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
I'm Susan Gardner for Municipal World. We share your stories.